So you might be thinking about selling your home, or you've already made the decision to sell your home. Whether it's the first time you're selling a home, whether you're an investor, whether you've already purchased something and you're just trying to figure out what is it that you need to do, this is what we're going to talk about today. Is what are the 5 things that my clients have done to really maximize the value of the sale of their home. Hi, I'm Jamil Thobani. I'm a real estate agent with eXp Realty right here in Calgary, and today we're going to talk about how we can maximize the sale of your home. All right, so the very first thing that we should always think about is what is the actual value of your home? And there's 2 components to this, okay? There's what we call a comparative market assessment, and that's where a realtor like myself will walk through your property and look at, the finishing of your home and look at similar homes that have sold and say, this is roughly what the value of your property is going to be. Now, there is a second step to this, which is something that I really focus in on, and I think that you should really start looking at yourself, which is called a competitive market assessment. And that's where you look at where does your home position in comparison to other homes that are currently on the market. You see, at the end of the day, just like selling any type of product, whether it is a car, maybe a laptop, or in this case a home, we have to really understand what is the supply in the market, what is the demand, and where do we really position your property. So as part of the competitive assessment, you're really positioning your home so that it is primed correctly for the sale. Now, there is a third component that not too many people think about, which is what are the little things that you can do to really improve the overall competitiveness of your property. And that's what we're going to talk about next. All right, so now that we know the difference between a comparative market assessment and a competitive market assessment, would you agree that you want to make your home as competitive as possible, right? So what we now need to do is start looking at, from a buyer's lens, how they would perceive your home to be. And so this is kind of the second thing you really want to start figuring out, and that is, who would be the ideal person to purchase my home? And the best way to answer that is to first ask yourself, where were you in your life when you first looked at purchasing this home? You could have been a first-time home buyer. You could have been in a spot where you needed more space because you had a growing family, or you could even be in a perspective of, now you have too much space and you're downsizing. So this is where doing that reflection and understanding where you were, more than likely you're going to find a similar buyer for your home. Now, a helpful hint is that as you are trying to figure this piece out, engage, whether it's a real estate professional or members in the industry like a home stager, to come through and help you start adjusting your space a little bit more to be reflective of what that typical buyer is going to be. Now, I do need to put a little bit of a plug in. As part of our proven process, we do have a home stager that comes in, but we also have a little bit of a secret sauce. So if you want to learn more about how we help prepare home sellers like yourselves for the sale of their home and to maximize the amount of value, then there's going to be a link below in the comments that sends you to our Upgrade Your Home method, which will really help you understand what we do to help position a property the right way. Okay, so now you have your home prepared for sale. You have an idea as to where the market's at, and the ultimate question is, what should I price my home at? Now, it's kind of funny because this is the right time to think it through. You may have assessed the market by the time you made the decision to move forward, but it may have taken a couple of weeks to get the home prepared. Now that we're actually hitting the market, you really need to look at where you need to position the home, where have recent sales gone, and you know what? You might have even gone into some homes. And if you haven't, then reach out to your realtor or someone like me who can actually take you into your competition to see where they're at. And now it's about pricing the home right. Now, when it comes to pricing, there are a variety of different ways that you can price a home. Some people are of the mentality where fair market value is where you should price it. Okay, Others are you should go a little bit below fair market value, so that way you can stir up a lot of interest in your property. And then there's also the school of thought that maybe you price your home a little bit higher and hope that you get within the 97% of ask price, which is typical within the Calgary real estate market in a normal market condition. But let's talk about market conditions. So as you can see, what happens is we have what we call seller markets, we've got balanced markets, and we've got buyer's markets. Now, when we're in a seller's market, there is the opportunity to actually list a home 10% higher than fair market value, because usually this is where you'll have buyers who are willing to come and spend more money. In a balanced market, it's always encouraged to be listed in and around fair market value. Usually in the Calgary market, we're in and around 97% as a sold price. So if you're asking $300,000 for a home, then it's going to sell within 97% of ask price. And in a buyer's market, usually in a buyer's market, we're going to be looking to list just a little bit below fair market value, because there is so much inventory that's out there. We need to have the opportunity for buyers to come out and put an offer on your property. Now, if the market is completely tanking, then you price it to sell and you're looking almost at 10% below market value, because at this point in time, you're truly looking to exit. So how do you price your property the right way? One is understanding where the market is at. Two is where's the competition at, and understanding where you as a seller have your property in that mix, and then price it right and price it to sell. If you need a little bit more information on that, feel free to drop me a line. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you on how you can price your property the right way. Okay, so now you've priced your home the right way and an offer's come in. So how do you now maximize that offer? A lot of my peers will say, this is where I'm going to negotiate the best price possible for you. But if you really took care of the first 3 steps, I'm guaranteeing you where you're at now is you're actually maximizing the amount that you can get for your home, because you really have worked through positioning your home the right way, understanding who your buyer is, and you've actually taken care of some of the things that might pop up as the buyer is looking to do their due diligence. So what you want to do here now is really focus in on what's the most important thing to you. Now, most people are going to say the amount that I get for my home, but there are also times that there are other things that are important to them as well, such as when we actually sell our home, the timing around it, because the possession date could be set for something very quick, if that's what you want, or maybe you need a little bit more time because you have to buy another house. So we have to understand what are the other complexities that are around the sale of your home that are important to you. And that's where, as part of this piece, sometimes you may not immediately see a monetary component, but there could be, because you might not want to be carrying 2 mortgages or having to go and get third-party lending to bridge you over until you're able to have the home sold and then pay for your new home. So this is where you really are able to save, in some other spots of the sale. And for instance, we just sold a property where we had the buyer pay for the seller's closing costs. So that saved our buyer another $1,600. So there's little things there that you can start working through as you're looking to maximize the value of your home. Okay, so before we get into number 5, I'm gonna ask you, if you found any value in this, make sure you like the video and don't forget to hit subscribe, because we're always pushing out content. So let's get on to number 5. All right, now here is the biggest thing that everyone has to understand. Even if the home is conditionally sold, the timeline between conditional sale to sale is very critical, because there are things that can always pop up that can kill a deal. The market could have changed, and now you need to be in a spot where what you could have got when the home went conditionally sold to now sold has adjusted, not for the good. Maybe it's gotten better, it all depends. But when it comes to this piece, it's really managing this part of the sale. It's knowing that you really don't have as much control as you did before, because now you have the obligation to sell your home. And at this point, it's really making sure that the buyer is doing the things that they said they would be doing, and also soliciting additional offers for your home in the event that the buyer doesn't close. Because the reality is, the property hasn't closed until keys get exchanged for money. So this takes a little bit more what I call stick handling, but really being aware of what could potentially go wrong and staying in front of it. So as you're looking at, the beginning of I'm ready to sell my home to we're almost there, you really have to be in a good spot, especially at this point, to be on top of everything that could potentially go wrong. So that way the sale can be successful and you're not losing any money through it. All right, so now you have an idea as to, a way that you can maximize the value of your home, and probably have a little bit more insight as to what a real estate agent like myself does for my clients. And I kind of take care of a lot of that. So if you want to learn a little bit more about what we do, you can download the Upgrade Your Home method. Again, the link's going to be below. But if you're going to go through this yourself and you want to try and give it a shot, then you know what, just remember, and this is the key, is the more you prepare in advance and the more that you plan and have all your I's dotted and T's crossed and understand what that prospective buyer is going to be looking for and what they value, all you have to do is create that perception that that value is there in your home, and you'll start seeing that you'll have buyers come to you and they'll be willing to pay you top dollar for your home, because A, they can see that you've done it in a professional manner, and B, you're really attracting them based off of the home that you are marketing. So hopefully you found this of use. Again, the Upgrade Your Home method is in the link below, and if you do have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be posted next to this video. Okay, if you found this video useful, make sure you hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm always pushing out good quality content about the Calgary real estate market. And if you know anyone that might find this information useful, feel free to share this video with them. Catch you in the next one.